Hello folks, so I haven't done a video for a while, so it's July 31st, the end of July. Mercury Retrograde is finally ending. This one was brutal. Anyway, it's over, and it's a super black moon tonight, which is the second new moon of the month, so it's a good time to let go of old stuff and welcome new stuff in. So we're going to start with this mostly Salvation Army, a little bit of Savers haul that I've got here. So where do I begin? Okay, this is a Hazel Atlas. You can see it on the bottom. Green depression glass nesting bowl. This is like the 5-inch size, so it was a set of 5. They came in 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 inches. This is the smallest. It's beautiful condition. So that's that. I never buy silver, but I picked some up recently. So this is kind of what it looked like before I started cleaning. This is a sugar bowl. It's silver plated. It is the Superior Silver Company. And it's severely tarnished. I've started cleaning it a little bit, as you can see. This is one that I've worked on more. It was just as bad, if not worse. And this is Forbes Silver from Hamilton, Canada, which is stamped on the bottom there. It's kind of like some oxidation or something that I can't really clean off here, but it's cleaning up nicely, and it's also got a monogram, so it's a W on there, I believe. So it must have been for a family whose last name started with W. I tease Michelle because I keep finding these Pyrex primary color mixing bowls all the time. I think this is like the 4th yellow one that I have. And so I've got like 2, 3, I don't know, complete sets of them, and probably 4 of the yellow alone. This is a little baby cup baby sippy cup that I picked up today with a clown on it. For those of you who hate clowns, this was really tarnished up, cleaned up really nicely. I think it's silver, might be stainless, but it's quite collectible, really cute, and so that's that. Found that at Savers, and it kind of looked like that. Okay. Forest Green, Anchor Hawking, 2 cups, a bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I guess. I don't know if there's saucers or dessert plates or bread and butter or whatever. I haven't researched it that much. And dinner plates. They're well used. There's a lot of like surface scratches and stuff, but the color is striking. Here are 2 little wax angels, and they're down here instead of in the attic because right now it's been like 95 degrees every day. In the attic it's probably 115 degrees. These lovely angels would be completely melted if they were up there in the attic. And this poor one has been asphyxiated in plastic. She's still got her original plastic on. She sold for 89 cents. This one still has part of the label on, and it is the Girly G-U-R-L-E-Y Candle Company from Buffalo, New York. And this is much larger than a lot of the Christmas candles are, or novelty candles. So they'll probably either be kept or sold as a set. I think her nose has maybe been rubbed off, but they're in pretty good condition. I haven't tried to clean them up. They're a little dirty. Okay, restaurant ware. Finding it everywhere all of a sudden, I think because Scott's been listing it and buying it, and Michelle's been showing it and buying it and selling it. So I assume this is restaurant ware. It's a platter. It's an oval platter by the Sterling Company from East Liverpool, Ohio. Oh, we just lost our music. Ruth Etting decided to take a break, which is fine. So now you just get to hear me. Ohio had a lot of glass companies back in the day. They also made a lot of tires and Had a lot of factories and had a lot of pollution, and people got really sick. That was, still is Ohio, but this is a really pretty pattern. Not sure what the pattern is, but, and they're heavy. This is not necessarily restaurant ware, but it's a beautiful yellow platter. Kind of reminded me of Luray when I first saw it. The design is completely different. And this one happens to be the early California pattern. It says authentic Vernon ware, Vernon Kiln, California, made in the USA. So, perfect condition. Beautiful. Survived all these years without a nick or a chip or a surface scratch or anything. On with restaurant ware. So, all of a sudden I've been seeing it everywhere, and that's kind of what I'm mostly interested in picking up these days for some reason. This is buffalo china. I have a lot of it, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 either bread and butter or pie plates. Okay, very pretty, heavy, not a nick. Found these today. This is Syracuse china, and I got a set of 4 coffee mugs with like very reflective gold and black decoration, which is in great condition considering how many times these were used in a diner or a restaurant. I'm thinking restaurant just because they're a little bit fancier. Maybe like a Howard Johnson's, who knows. Anyway, Syracuse China Company, and that is the logo. Got 4 of these. Scott was talking about little demi-tasse restaurant ware cups, and I found one. This is Wallace, made in China, and it was sold with these Syracuse china saucers. It was sold as if it went with it. It obviously doesn't. This has a kind of mustard and black band. This has a black and brick stripe. Speaking of brick stripes, some Syracuse china, a little, could be like a sauce bowl, could be a little, you could put use it for salad dressing, could have been like maybe pudding or grape nut pudding or something like that, could have been served in these in a restaurant. And we did that, we did the saucers, yeah, there are 4 of them with a little cup. There are 5 of the little sauce bowls. Okay, moving on. I'm going to move this big old Pyrex bowl. The color on this seems, for some reason, a little, I don't know if you can really tell here, but it almost seems like it has a slightly, not necessarily primary yellow color to it, but it's very thick, very heavy. I don't know if this is an earlier one than some of the other ones I have. This just says TM registered Pyrex U.S. Patent Office on the bottom. So a little bit of scratching there, but still very collectible, very desirable. Found a Rhode Island platter, and Rhode Island is so small that it had to share the platter with the neighboring state, Connecticut. The state flower of Rhode Island is the violet. State flower of Connecticut is mountain laurel. And Michelle's from Connecticut, used to live there. I live in Rhode Island, so this kind of reminds me of Michelle Thrifting 101 and me when we were growing up back in the day. A couple of years apart from each other. She's the younger one. Okay, and then this other platter, which is really nice. It's black with inlaid, and it's 2 Roadrunners. And this was made by the Cork Company from Monterey, California. And it said, Cork products are cherished gifts because of their great variety and beauty and design. Hand inlaid by master craftsmen Shells, coins, woods, and metals are fused into Cork's famous satin black material, which is impervious to alcohol, boiling water, and cigarette burns. So that already dates it to a certain period. I'm guessing 50s or 60s. Um, Very California with the Roadrunners. And it says impervious to scratching. There's a little bit of surface scratching, but not bad at all. Could maybe polish it out a bit, but I don't want to be overly aggressive, and never try to be overly aggressive with cleaning. Um, so that is it. Oh, no, I'm not. Sorry, I forgot. So underneath all of this is a gigantic Corel tempered glass shelf counter saver or cutting board or pastry board in the wild iris pattern, which is a pattern that my mom got me when let's see, in 1990, maybe Christmas of 93, I'm thinking. Either Christmas of 93 or 94, and I still use it every day. I used to have a counter saver, but it was the smaller one. This is the gigantic one. It's like 15 by 18 or something like that. So it's sitting on top of this vintage Art Deco porcelain enamel top wooden leaf table that I got at a flea market in 1981, the fall of 81. I couldn't have paid more than maybe 25 bucks at the time. And it's been sitting in various basements ever since. It was, for a brief period, it was my kitchen / dining room table, and then it got retired to various cellars as I've moved over the past 35 years or so. And now it's back out of the basement. It had a little rusting on it, a little touch-up on it with porcelain touch-up paint. It's kind of like a liquid paper type stuff. At least it'll keep the rust from getting any worse, and I don't mind having a little wear on this. Otherwise, it's in like pristine condition, wooden, solid, and it has two leaves that open up on either side to make it, kind of a full-size rectangular dining table. So up here we've got the linen calendar from 1977. My grandma always used to have these. My mom used to have them, and then after the year was over, you turned them into your dish towels. I've got a wall here that's definitely in need of repapering or painting. And I'm not doing a lot of listing in the summer. Number one, because, like I said, my attic is 105,000 degrees. But also because this time of the year I'm busy doing another old-timey thing, which is canning. And I just made this batch of dill pickles from pickling cucumbers that I grew. If you want to know the best pickle recipe ever, and it's easy, it was my mom and my grandmother's recipe. You take 2 quarts of hot water, 1 quart of white vinegar, and 3/4 cup of pickling salt or kosher salt. You boil that hard. In the meantime, in your sterilized mason jars, to each jar add dill, a smashed garlic clove, some peppercorns, and your sliced, or whole if you've got little ones, pickling cubes. You pour the hot brine into the jars, seal it. I also add a little bit of, what's this stuff called? Pickle crisp, which keeps them a little bit crisper. Yes, here's inside my cupboard. We love peanut butter. And you seal it. Normally, sometimes I process them for like 5 minutes. Sometimes I just let them do it themselves. But these have already sealed, as you can see. And one last thing before we leave. Say hi to Keanu in the cupboard. He's been up here since 1994 or so. And he keeps an eye on my dry goods. So that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Check out the old curiosity shop, Thrifting 101. 2 broke guys and nifty thrifty